Okay. Hey, Stephanie. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. How you doing? Blessings to you, Mrs. Etna. How y'all doing? It's Tuesday, y'all. I don't know if you guys can feel the lightheartedness over that's on today. I don't know if you guys have, felt just the today has a peace and a joy about it. It definitely has a different feel over today. I'm doing well. Got a good night's rest in. Woke up feeling refreshed, simply refreshed. The noises that you guys hear is probably cars and things like that. I am outside walking because it's like it's warm outside early in the morning. But how y'all doing? Go ahead and type it in on the screen and let me know what kind of day you're having. I pray I'm not freezing. What kind of day so far? I know it's early, but what kind of day has it been for you so far? And also, am I freezing? Because I don't see any comments. And so there we go. I see them now. Pretty good. Listen, good morning, Shamara. Blessings to you. Blessings, blessings, blessings. Listen, our declaration on this morning is don't go back. Come on. Don't go back. I'm going to say it again. Don't go back. Don't go back. I'm going to say it again. Don't go back. And no, this is not just about people, but don't go back. Don't go back. Yesterday was a bit of a rocky day. It was a bit of a rocky day, but it was also um, a day where I got a little bit of rest in. I needed it. Um, just simply because of the situation that happened this past weekend. And so, sometimes when God exposes things, or you see people manifest before you, like sometimes, it takes you like a minute to kind of just digest what has happened. And I think that that's in general. When God exposes things, when we get let down, when we, experience different setbacks, sometimes you have to just sit and digest it. Does that make sense? And so yesterday was one of those days where I just had to sit and digest every single thing that had transpired, right? And so I worked out, probably one of my best workouts in a while. I felt like the old me. But I woke up this morning. I slept really, really well, but I'll go back. So I told you guys yesterday about the person that God exposed. And they continued, they actually called me last night and I couldn't hang up on them quick enough. I know y'all like, Apostle, that's rude. But listen, you're not going to holler at me. You're not going to, I'm just one of those people. Like, you're not going to holler at me. You're not going to talk to me crazy. You're going to be talking to DT. If y'all don't know who DT is, DT is the dial tone. Granted, granted, with cell phones, you don't really hear the dial tone as a kid. You hang up on somebody, what they about to hear? The dial tone. They about to talk to DT. You're gonna be like, what happened? Right? It was one of those moments where I'm like, Lord, I know flip phones are extinct, or at least I think they are. They like dinosaurs, in the technology age that hey, how you doing? Hey, good morning. They like, dinosaurs in the world that we live in, right? But it was one of those moments where I'm like, Lord, I wish I had a flip phone because I would have flipped that sucker down so quick on them. And so you're almost like calling me out of my name still. So I just hung up, blocked, did what I did, right? Am I still freezing? Am I still freezing? Okay, I may have went through a rough spot. I ain't walking. But I blocked them and I immediately felt peace. But I realized two things. I realized the first thing, God doesn't lie about what he tells you about people, things, circumstances. He don't lie about nothing, right? The second thing that, I learned is that sometimes there are moments when God knows that we're receptive, and this is not the word. Sometimes there are moments where God knows we may be receptive to what he's saying, but we don't fully understand it. And so he lets us experience it until we get the full understanding of why he's told us, you know, what he's told us. And so that was kind of what I got from that last night. If I'm breathing hard, y'all, I'm walking. It's heels. I'm walking. So yesterday, so I went to bed, woke up, and it was just a good day, right? And the Lord told me this. I knew that this morning was a morning where he wanted me to go live. And so I asked him, I said, Lord, what would you have me to tell your people this morning? And he said these three words. He said, tell them, do not go back. He said, many of my children think that not going back revolves around people. But the Lord says, tell them, as they enter into a brand new season, right? As they enter into the fullness of some of the promises that I've spoken over their lives, as they experience the new thing in more ways than one, don't go back to old mindsets, old patterns. For some, it may be people. For some, it may be opportunities. The Lord says, do not go back, because going back just may make you miss your moment. I think that for many of us, our processes showed us, different things that like did not benefit us, right? It showed us things about people. It showed us things about our own desires, things about our mindsets, right? But I think that to a certain degree, everyone on here, has had an encounter during their process, right? That lets them know that, hey, this is not working, that is not working, right? What's up, Caleb? Where my other friend at? You got to bring him to see me. Sorry, y'all. But I think that many of us have had moments where God has corrected things, where God has straight up told us no to things, people, circumstances, certain desires, and it's not without reason. I'm going to say that again. It's not without reason. I need someone to type that in. It's not without reason. Because what many of us don't realize is that to go back to something, no matter what that something is, to go back to something that God has said step away from, that God has said, don't do, in a sense, we don't be realizing that like it undoes all of the hard work that, we've done in the seasons prior. What many of us don't understand is that when we go back to whatever that something is, it makes the process become in vain. Y'all do understand that, right? It's like going backwards, right? It's the most foolish thing ever. We'll go backwards expecting to go forward. And I say all this to say, the things that God has said stamped a no on in the previous season in your process, the things that God has corrected, in your previous season or process, please understand that no still remains. If God said no to a certain person, that no still, come on, I gotta say it again. That no still remains. Unless God himself shows you different, that no still remains, right? Going back to issues that we've healed from only brings us back to an unwhole and unhealed state, right? So when we allow ourselves to revisit how we used to respond, we become that same old person that we worked hard not to be. I pray that I'm making sense, right? Even some down to like some of our desires, right? Some of you guys are believing God for certain careers. Give me a one if you could say, I'm believing God for a job. If God has stamped a hard no, and I mean, you know when something is a hard no. If he has stamped a no on like something career wise, maybe it's a certain industry or whatever the case may be, please understand, in most cases, unless God, hear me now, in most cases, not all, but in most cases, unless God himself says now is the time for this, in most cases, that no remains. God doesn't change his mind. He doesn't change his mind about things that he deems are detrimental to our growth and our matriculation in life. He don't change his mind about, what he shows us about things, people, situations. He does not change his mouth. Now, granted, there are moments where sometimes our pursuits of something, it's just a timing thing. But then there are other moments where, like, it ain't a timing thing. It's just a simple fact, right? That is not for us. Am I making sense? Am I making sense? So that was the word that God gave me. Tell them don't go back. People, places, things, patterns, habits, you know, don't revisit the old while trying to experience the new. I'm going to say that again. Don't revisit the old while trying to experience the new. I'm going to say that again. Don't revisit the old while trying to experience the new. I need somebody to type that in. Don't revisit the old while trying to experience the new. I'm going to say it again. Hey, what's up, man? I'm going to say it one more time. Don't revisit the old while trying to experience the new, because it is the equivalent of trying to drive forward to like to a destination, but looking in the rearview mirror. Be mindful, be watchful, be prayerful, and in all things discern. I'm going to say that again. Be mindful, be watchful, but in all things discern. Because I guarantee if you seek God concerning something, and the thing about this is, as we get ready to emerge into the new and receive the new, old things have a pattern of creeping back up, right? So be sure that you guys are discerning, that you guys are praying about things, especially things that were a part of like your old season, old process, old journey, whatever the case may be, and seek that confirmation from God. Seek that confirmation. Hey, Visha, from God. And so that is the word this morning. Don't go back. Do not go back. And so that is it. At some point today, I will be coming back on live. At some point today, I will. But right now, that is it for now. to those of you guys that feel led to sow, you guys can sow, whether you're sowing via PayPal or the Cash App. You let God lead. To those of you guys that need prayer or have testimonies, you can send those to, oh, Jesus, I'm out of breath. prayer.talksbyt@gmail.com. I love you guys. I am rooting for you guys. And so until next time, until the person that needs to tithe, go tithe. All right, y'all. Peace.